This is Glenn Rice with Clearview Sewer Clams. We are located at 12837 Panama Street, Los Angeles, California, 90066. Today is January 28th, 2021. We're performing a video sewer inspection through a 4-inch ABS cleanout located just to the left of the front door in the plant area, just in front of the sprinkler actuators and the hose bib. And this is our 4-inch ABS cleanout. These are our sprinkler actuators. This is our hose bib. This runs around towards the front door area here. And we went ahead and zeroed out our camera monitor here. What we're going to do is we're just going to drop down. I'm just going to take a good look at the line. So we drop down. It does appear to be black ABS sewer pipe. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And those joints appear to be in fair condition. And we are transitioning to what appears to be vitreous clay here. And I'm just going to go ahead and continue to push out. This joint here, we do have a little bit of an offset in this joint from about the 9 o'clock area all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. As you can see there, you can see the full face of the pipe there. Again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. What we'll do is when we pull back, we'll pull back and we'll mark that area as well. You can see that the pipe is cracked in that area as well. You see the full crack there. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and on the way back we'll pull back and we'll mark that area on our way back. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And this joint here, as you can see, we do have a break in this joint as well. And again, we'll mark this area on our way back as well. You can see the break there from about the 9 o'clock all the way up and around to about the 3 o'clock area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And we do have a crack in this joint as well. As you can see, all the way from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. You can see the crack there starting to separate. And you can see the root intrusion coming through that crack there, right around the 9 o'clock area. And again, when we pull back, we can mark these areas. And a minor offset there from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock. But again, nothing major. And this is our test tee here. As you can see at the top there, it's the 12 o'clock area. That's our test tee area there. We're going to go ahead and continue to push out. We do have a bit of an offset in this joint here. And it does look like we do have a crack here at the test tee area as well. As you can see, as we push in, you can see that they do have a full crack running the full diameter of the pipe there. So again, we'll mark that area as we pull back. And again, as I mentioned, an offset in that joint. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to push out. And it does appear that we've dropped down into our city sewer tie-in. So we're going to pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and a little difficult to locate just due to the fact that we are in a drop here, dropping down into our city sewer tie-in. We are out towards in the middle of the street. We are parallel with our manhole cover. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull back a little bit and pull back to this point here, and I'm going to locate this area. So we'll pause for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and it does appear that we're still on the property in this area here. And as we push out, we drop down. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop down here, and then we're just going to run out and just see if we continue to run out and get out towards our city sewer tie-in. Yeah, we're making a little bit of a turn. We're dropping down. And we're making a turn. Now we're dropping into the city sewer tie-in. The other one there appeared to be the city sewer tie-in. We're dropping in from the top of the chimney, but it appears that it ran out a little bit further. So we're going to go ahead and mark this area. So we'll pause here for a moment. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area, and we are out in the middle of the street. We did locate it at 11 foot 2 inches deep, and what we did is we placed a orange dot in the middle of the street to identify the area where we're tying in. So again, we're just going to go ahead and pull back, take a good look at our saddle area. That joint appears to be in fair condition. A little bit of roots coming through there, but nothing major. That area appears to be in fair condition. And we do have a pretty fairly large offset in this joint here from about the about the 7 o'clock area all the way up until around to about the 3 o'clock area. As you can see, as we push in, we drop down. It does have quite a bit of a offset in that joint. A little bit of the concrete slag overpour in that joint as well. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And that joint, as you can see, that joint there, it does appear that it does have a crack, the full diameter of the pipe. As you can see, from about the 9 o'clock, the line starts and rolls all the way up and around to about the 3 to 4 o'clock area. So what we'll do is we'll pause here for a moment and we'll mark these areas. So we'll just push out to our offset here, and we'll pause there for a moment. We'll mark this area. Okay, we're going to go ahead and continue to pull back from here. And again, as I pull back, you can see that we do have a fairly large offset in this joint here. And again, that's from about the 8 o'clock area all the way down to about the 3 o'clock area. And again, this is out in our street. So we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And at the top of that joint there, you can see that we do have a crack in that joint as well, from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. It's a hairline crack. It's visible here. You can see it. And over time, that crack could continue to get larger. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And minor offset in that joint there. And again, as we pull back, we do have a root intrusion in this joint here, and a minor offset as well. So again, we're just going to pull back. And that joint appeared to be in fair condition. And again, we do have a root intrusion in this joint. And again, we do have a crack in this joint as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here, and we'll locate this area here. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area, and it's on the sidewalk just in front of the property, and we did mark it with the red crayon at 5 foot 3 inches deep. And again, as you can see, we do have a root intrusion and a break in this joint. You can see the roots coming through the crack in the vitreous clay. So again, we're just going to pull back. And we're pulling back. And as we pull back, we're pulling back to our test tee area here. And as we pull back into our test tee area here, we do have a fairly large offset here as well, from about the 11 o'clock area all the way up to around to about the 5 o'clock area. And as you can see, as we pull back, we do have a crack in this area. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here for a moment. We're going to locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area at 2 foot 11 inches deep, and this is just on the inside of the property, right along the fence that's just in front of the property. And it does have a gate that opens, and it's just underneath the chain there. We did mark it with the red crayon on the brick pavers at 2 foot 11 inches deep. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to continue to pull back. And again, that is our test tee area there. And we do have another offset in that joint as well. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, we do have several other areas with cracks. And as you can see, we do have a fairly large crack there in that area with the root penetration coming through the joint. So again, we're going to pause here for a moment, and we'll locate this area. Okay, we went ahead and marked this area again, and this is at 2 foot 11 inches deep as well. And it has a little bit of a transition in the in the driveway there. So it's a little bit higher as we come closer up towards the house. So again, we did mark this area with a red crayon on the brick pavers. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And as we pull back, again, we do have another break in this joint as well. This break is a fairly larger break in this joint here. And what we'll do is we'll pause and we'll locate this area as well. Okay, again, we went ahead and located this area. And again, this is in our driveway area, and we did mark it with the red crayon at 2 foot 8 inches deep. You mark it?
Yeah.
And as you can see here, we do have a break in this area here from about the 9 o'clock all the way around to about the 3 o'clock area. And again, that appears to be due to root penetration there. And again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And again, we do have another fairly large break in this joint as well, and we'll mark this area as well. So we pause here. Okay, we went ahead and located this area, and again, this is at 2 foot 6 inches deep on the brick pavers in the driveway, kind of the approach to the front door. And we did mark this area with the red crayon, and as you can see, we do have a fairly large break in this area. So again, we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. As we pull back, we transition back into our black ABS sewer pipe. All the black ABS sewer pipe all appeared to be in fair condition. And we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And what we'll do is we're going to push back out here just a little bit. What we're going to do is we're going to mark our transition where we transition from our black ABS to our vitreous clay. So we'll just mark this area as well. So we'll just pause here for a moment. Okay, again, we went ahead and marked this area again. This is just on the grass area, just to the left of the gate as you approach the front door on the brick pavers, right at the edge of the grass. And again, we did mark this area at 2 foot 4 inches deep. And this is our ABS to vitreous clay transition here. And again, this area, as we pull back in our black ABS sewer pipe, all appears to be in fair condition. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and continue to pull back. And we're going to pull up and out of our clean out, and that will conclude our video sewer inspection.